We have a interesting topic for you today for our upcoming upgrade to 2405 in Koha. Something that came down through the channels, another member brought up to me, and I found interesting, and it may or may not affect some of you, but we thought we'd bring it up anyways, just in case. So this does not affect current versions, but the version coming up, I think it's either 2311 or 2405.
We're about to upgrade. Well, I guess I should say I'm George Williams from Northeast Kansas Library System. We kind of got off to a weird start there today.
Yeah, I'm Christopher Brandon from the Coeur d'Alene Public Library and the Cooperative Information Network.
And I'm George Williams. I'm the Next Search Catalog Coordinator at Northeast Kansas Library System. And we're kind of wading into territory where we're a little unsure. So that appears to have affected our timing this morning. So let's figure out if we can, let's see if we can figure out what we're doing and maybe get a video recorded today.
Yes.
This video is sponsored by koha-US, your place to look for all things Koha. Whether you're just starting out with Koha, or you've been with Koha for a while, koha-US is a great place to find resources, learn new tips and techniques, or connect with other users and libraries. Koha-US provides excellent information, both original and curated from around the world, including your favorite terrific Every Other Thursday training videos. You'll also find several special interest groups, or SIGs, to connect with, as well as our general monthly meetings where we gather to talk about the latest Koha news. You should also check out the annual Koha conference, which is held in various locations around the U.S. This year we'll be gathering in Round Rock, Texas. This is a great opportunity to meet with other users face-to-face, and build your Koha network, as well as new friendships. And of course, don't forget about the great presentations. Koha-US is also actively involved in the Koha community by contributing towards new developments. If you are interested in contributing towards Koha-US funded developments, join the Koha-US membership. Your annual membership builds the funds to sponsor new developments in the community. And as a member you also help shape Koha-US with your membership votes, as well as receive a discount on the annual conference. You can also contribute towards developments through a direct donation, or by purchasing some great Koha-US merchandise through our Threadless account. Visit us at koha-us.org to find out more.
So yeah, normally we talk about things that are going on or hacks for current systems, but we thought we'd dive a little bit into an upcoming release. ByWater Solutions, who provides our services for
and
both
ours
library systems, they're going to be doing a double upgrade. So currently we're out on 2305, and our test servers are now on 2405. And we've been taking a look, and Jason, another Koha-US member, has talked to me a little bit about this, and so I thought I would share this with everybody else, just so you're aware. We build in reports to the Koha interface. We've tweaked some things where reports are built in, and we've replaced them with our own customized reports. And in some places we've just added reports that we feel are useful. Let me pull up my test server here, and I'll show you.
Well, I've got an example that I can show really easily. That's on, I can show it on my production system and then flip over and show how it works. And then I can flip over to my test system and show how it's broken.
Okay.
And it's a pretty simple example. So on our homepage in our staff interface over here on the left-hand side at each library, I've got a thing called useful links, and one of them is our holds report. And so if I click on this and run it, it's going to give me a holds queue for the library that I'm currently at, which is Northeast Kansas Library System. And currently there are no holds on anything that we have in our collection, but if I were to run it for, if I were to click on that link when I'm at the Atchison Library, I get a list that looks like this, that shows me what's on hold for the Atchison Library. If I go to our production or our test system, which has been upgraded to Koha 2405, and click on that exact same link, I just get taken to the guided reports page.
Yeah.
And it's because the URL, for this link, currently, let me pull it out here. And you can see it's, all the Koha stuff, CGI bin, guided reports, PL, question mark, and then it's reports, and then it's the number, and then and phase, and then run this report, and I've got the parameters already loaded in there. But if I look at this one, it's the same URL, but the thing is that the pieces that make up that URL have changed.
Yeah.
Which report number is that? It's 2778. So if I go to that report number in my test system, 2778, and run it, and I'll just choose Nichols. Some of the code up here in the URL has changed. Instead of saying reports equals 2778, it now says ID equals 2778.
Right.
And parameter name, so the ID, that's changed to ID. And then at the end, it says, and OP equals run. And on this one, at the end, it says,
It's actually before. It's the yeah, right there, the phase.
Yeah, phase.
So they
Yeah,
changed that to OP for operation, I guess. And then equals, it's just simply run rather than run this
right.
report. So yeah, you and
the
I were
text,
talking earlier about this and speculating that it has something to do with some security that's being tightened up.
right. There's a whole bunch of content security, CSRF, that's being added to Koha in the two versions after 2305. There's been a lot of stuff that's been pushed. And our speculation is that it has to do with that, because I know that there have been some other issues with running reports and public reports and using the data from public reports and importing that into pages inside Koha has been creating some issues for some people. So it'll be interesting to see how many, I'm going to have to dig into my my system and figure out how many reports I need to update now. Or not reports, but there are probably about a dozen or so places where I need to change the links that I've saved to make it easy for people to run those reports without having to go to the reports module and look up the report number. That's the advantage of putting a link to a report like that on the homepage, is that you can just click it. You always know where it is. If you do it every day, if it's a report you need all the time, you can just go and click it. But now if those links are broken, it means I'm going to have some cleanup to do before our upgrade.
So I've got my screen up here. I'll show the same thing. You know, we've hijacked our holds queue on our circulation page. On our normal server, I'll actually just pull that up. When we run that, it goes into this custom report that we've created, and it's asking for what library. So here it is working. And if I run it on our test server, here it is not. We get the same result that you showed, and we have the same issue here.
Yeah,
And
so you're going to have to go into your.
so I'm going into my jQuery where I've changed that, and I'm going to change that reports parameter to the OP. No, let's see here. Is that OP? Trying to remember.
ID.
Yes. All these little short things. Okay. ID. So I changed that to ID, and then if this phase is going to change from run this report, it's going to change to op. The operation is to run. So it's a little simplified, but that should fix it. I'm going to save it, go back in here, go back to circulation page. Now if I run it, there we go. I get what I expect to see. So an easy fix. And what I would suggest in going through the reports is simply just I would copy this into like my Notepad Plus or whatever and search for the pieces that I'm replacing, and then do a replace on both of those pieces. So that would probably be the easiest, and then just copy that back in here. So I don't have to go hunting for everything.
For me, the way that I saved those on the home page is I created a news item. And so it's HTML in the news item. So I'm going to have to go into the news items and update those.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got a little
depending
bit more
on how
work.
it. Yeah, I've got a little bit more work to do, but it's going to depend on how you've created. If you've created any of those static links to reports, that's what you're going to have to do is remember how you created them, and go in and find them and update them. And if they're in an easy place like jQuery, that's simple. If they're in a news item, or if they're in a saved page, then you're going to have to go in and find them that way. So
it's a pretty easy update.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be mostly the hunting and pecking. You may have one or two links that you'll have that crop up that you forgot about, that were in an obscure place that you'll have to fix. But again, the fix is fairly easy. So
yeah.
So anyways, that's it. This is a sweet short training video today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope this helps. I hope some of you find it useful. And if you do, feel free to leave a comment. We love comments. So.
And you can also talk to us in Texas in August at the Koha conference. No, excuse me, in Round Rock, if you happen to be there, because
and
that's coming up. This will go out on YouTube just a few weeks before that. So if you haven't made plans to come to Round Rock yet, do it, and we'll see you again.
All right. See everybody later.